You're watching Adorama TV.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Adorama TV iPad app reviews. Well, this week we have a very groovy application. You might want to eat some Cherry Garcia ice cream while you check this out. It's called PhotoTropedelic and it's very, very groovy. It's hard to explain, it's easier to show, so let's take a look at PhotoTropedelic. PhotoTropedelic is just like it sounds, it's very psychedelic. So this is an application that turns everyday photos into a photo that looks like this, something from the 70s where the Grateful Dead would be proud. So the way it works is you just hit this little icon in the lower left-hand corner and you choose a photo to make it sort of PhotoTropedelic. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take a normal picture of Dawn. This is one of our models that we shot. And so it looks normal. It's going to start going through here and it's going to colorize this. It's going to start putting some rays in here, some circles, and it starts to make this thing into something that you would see on a velvet poster in the 70s that you could proudly put under a black light. Okay, so here it is. Here's our picture that we have of Dawn, and it made it so it's very wacky. Now the nice thing is I can go in here. There's a bunch of settings that I can change. So we have the stars, and so we've got some stars around here. You can crank up the frequency of those. We have circles, and these are these little circles back here. You can turn those on or off. The same with the rays, the gradients. You can merge known colors. You can turn that on or off so it sort of has control over how the colors look. You can mirror the images, and then also you can make the borders smaller or larger. And then you can change how thick these lines are on your photo. So I like these nice thin lines. And then also you can change the number of colors and the detail level. So to give you an idea of what you can do here, I'm going to change the detail level down to 1, and then I'm going to take this line width and put it up to 3. And then I'm going to run this on the same photo. So I want to see this processed a different way. So there's our original, it's cleaning the image. Now it's coloring, it's putting in all the backdrop stuff. It's really getting this to be nice and big lines, and so we have this wacky image. And the nice thing is there's an arrow down here, and now I can go between these and show the first one and the second one. And if I wanted to, I could add a third picture, and now I can see multiple shots. So let me do one more for you really fast, because you know it's sort of fun to do this. So I'll take one of these shots I did of this guy out in the street in San Francisco. So it's going to go and put all that stuff in there that I just set up. And here is our really groovy dude. Okay, so now we have all these images. I can click this button up here that says See All, and now I have different images that I can just go straight to. I can take these, I can cycle through them by swiping. I can zoom in on them, I can shrink them. So you have all of those features that are just normal with your application. And then down here on the lower left-hand corner, I can actually save this to my camera roll. I can send it as a PDF. I can download it to my computer. I can even send it to Facebook if I want. So you can share these you know, on your normal locations, social media, things like that. So if you have some shots of friends and you want to make them a little bit groovier, throw them into this app and it will make them groovy. Then you can send it out to Facebook, and that is a very PhotoTropedelic image. Well, that's PhotoTropedelic. As I said, it's very groovy. It's really fun to share some wacky pictures with your friends and family. Remember, if you have an iPad app that you'd like me to review, you can send that to me at askmark@adorama.com. And to see past reviews of iPad apps, you can check those out at the Adorama Learning Center. Well, thanks for joining me this week. I'll see you again next week.
This episode is brought to you by Adorama TV. Visit the Adorama Learning Center where you'll find photography tips and techniques, links to the gear used in this episode, and related videos. For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. And the next time you're in New York City, visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.